Mic check, 1, 2. Yes, I want to believe that the microphone is loud and clear. And of course, if you're in the commentary sections, you can easily just tap on me and confirm if the microphone is working on well. This is the second semi-final, which is the last semi-final. And of course, Ian Kazibwe, the finest of Masaka, the guy who has always been playing a competitive pool, is up against Africa number one, and of course the former seed one of Uganda pool, and of course currently is the seed number 4 of Uganda, and of course the Hayball ambassador in Uganda, Caesar Chandiga, the guy who hails right from Gulu, and of course he has been spending most of his time in northern Uganda. He has been training hard in pool, getting into a competitive pool in Kampala, and of course moving also outside the country, where he got professional playing skills. This is Caesar Chandiga. In his home ground, I could call it, he is already 1 down against Ian Kazibwe, Masaka finest, the guy who has come to Kidgum to tour and of course check on the players in Kidgum municipality. This has always been an harboring place where talents have been built from, and this is why the guys are shooting the same way they are. Sorry for not giving you the commentary in the first semi-final, and of course it was a semi-final where apples were versing apples, and I want to believe that in this same semi-final, which is the second one, we are going to be seeing apple versus apple, where guys they only have one chance on the table and they do clear, not giving any other opportunity to the other colleagues. That is why it was just first apple after apple. And of course the guy who already has his nose into this final is in the name of Udoke Walter, the Gulu best player, the guy who is dubbed Rasta because of his appearance and his dress codes, because he has his hair made just like the one of Rastas. Udoke Walter, the guy who has always been playing active pools with the Jesus Chandiga, is already into the final. Only waiting for the results between Caesar and Ian, who is going to make it seed 1 of Masaka and seed 1 of Africa versus the current seed, the former seed 1 of Uganda, who currently is serving as seed 1 of Africa, now the seed 4 of Uganda. Caesar Chandiga is already contemplating on how best he can have the white ball position chess that he can play. The only would be the red ball that would give us the natural movement of the white chess that he can put the black, which is already almost sinking into that. He plays and he has placed himself in the problem. He's going, I want to believe that he's going to come right off the cushion chest that he can put that ball and have the natural positions of the cue ball, and he puts the black into the center. Just like that, with only one visit of the table. Caesar 1, Ian 1, in a race to 6. Who is going to move and meet Odore into the final? Thank you guys for loving pool. We are already into another day, and of course we are up to 13 people watching out the streams, but none have yet liked the stream. And of course you can like the stream, share as well, just that we can have more views. Just that next time when we are streaming this using this very channel, we can reach very many people. You can give us the comments on how the game is moving on. Who do you think is going to meet Odore Walter into the final? Odore is already sure of 100,000 of himself and only waiting to confirm if he's going to drop the 100,000 and only maintain the 100, or he's going to compete neck to neck, just that he can go with the 200,000 for the champion of this tournament. This is a 16-man squad organized at Zone Park Arena. Thank you very much guys for always loving and always following us, and of course we're giving you live commentary right from Kidgum. Now Caesar being Caesar, he's just as if he is the coach of pool. He is always giving us the best on the green bed. And now Ian to break this a fairly split of the balls, and of course he can choose to go with any of these two. I want to believe that he's going to take yellow because he can have a slight side of the yellow ball which can be cut into the corresponding corner pocket in the left, and we'll be contemplating on how best he can clear half the table. Let's see what he's going to be producing. He's contemplating of taking on red, I'm also thinking at the same time, whenever he gives any chance to Caesar, one visit will make sure that he takes the lead. Caesar against Ian Kazibwe. I want to believe that this stream is not going to last long because the guys are all senior. Ian fails to close the table. He has invited the Scorpion back on the table, and let's wait and see what is going to be producing from here. I want to give a shout out to Peter Chobe, and the guy who has always been giving us live commentaries whenever games are always on. The guy who has been selling players one after the other one. And of course, here we are also emulating you, giving it our best, making sure that all these players are always known worldwide. And this is why we are live streaming at Tungyang Media. Caesar playing red. It is 1-1. Officially, it is now raised to 5 between Caesar and Ian, the Massacre finest player. He fails to make a connections of those balls, and of course inviting Ian back on the table, but putting White in a very difficult positions. White is in difficult positions, and of course Ian is trying to see how best he can maneuver and at least have a pot of any of the ball. If he can pot any of this ball, I want to believe that he can clear the table, definitely. Let's see what he's trying to put. He wants to make it off the black into the center, but also thinking of how best black should be placed. He was about to pot the black ball prematurely, and he plays so nicely. He wants to play safety, thinking otherwise. Thinking otherwise. Yeah, happy Eid al-Fitr to all the Muslim fans who are already here. We are up to 22 now, only 2 people. We are up to 23 and only 2 people have just liked the streams. I want to say that officially it's happy Eid al-Fitr. And of course, Ian plays safety, just that he should be very careful because at any one point when he invites Caesar on the board, it is just going to be done and dusted. Yes, we have Obama Richard. Yeah, Obama Richard, I think you have been training with Omara Moses in Kampala at Addis Sports, and we want to believe that you are already having skills. Please come and show us the skills and then the talents that you have got from Addis. Caesar plays safety, and this is total snooker. I want to believe. From my positions, it looks like it's total snooker. But with Ian on the board, he can easily get his balls and of course make it legal shots. Thank you very much, guys. We have a target of reaching 1K subscribers, and of course, yeah, we are already 800 plus. And if you can subscribe to Tungyang Media, it will keep us going, Yeah. Yeah, we have very many people who are watching, and of course right from the ground and seeing how the white ball is moving from one point to another, and of course the 2 are playing. This, I could almost say it is a final before final. A final is being played before a final, and of course Ian Kazibwe, the guy who has come to Kidgun, the guy who has come to Kidgun. What can he produce from here? He plays safety. He wants to take responsibility of this corner pocket which is into the left, just that Caesar should not have any chance with his only red ball which is kissing the other yellow ball. Caesar, and he misses that shot. Still, it is still a very hard shot. I want to believe because one of the Ian's balls, which is a problem ball. Yes, definitely. Yeah, Tungyang is telling me that, oh wow, yeah, that is a lovely cunning shot played by Ian Kazibwe. And that is the reason why he is the seed 1 of Massacre, the finest of that. Yeah, he's trying to check whether the ball is kissing, just that he can play away. The umpire is invited on the board to come and check. He is checking. The umpire signals that it is a kissing ball, and of course you are supposed to play away to make it legal shots. By that virtue, you can shoot any other ball, and you should not put your opponent's ball, making sure that you maintain the positions of the cue ball. And that is what exactly he's trying to do. He wants to take full responsibility of these corner pockets here. Caesar is trying to check whether the black can go in, just that he can go in full swings in an attack mode. What can he do from here? Yeah, we are yet to wait and see. The Scorpion and plays a lovely shot, a lovely skill shot, but fails to put, inviting Ian back on the table. Ian up on the one ball, which is a problem ball, and that is the shot he wants to produce, and have the white ball moves round just that he can have it, and that is it. It is just a formality in Peter Chobe's voice. You can easily see what he's trying to do here. Ian 2, Caesar 1 in a race to 6. Who is going to meet Odoko Walker, the Rasta in the final? Who is ready to drop 100,000 in this same ground? We are yet to see. Ian 2 and Caesar 1. Race to 6. Yeah, for all those ones who are watching us, and of course we want to thank you very much for maintaining the momentum and keeping it at this same day. This is already Friday, and at the same time you are still following the poll that is being played in northern Uganda, Kidgum municipality, at the same time in one of the small growing area which is called Monbune. That is where we are live at. And of course, yeah, Dennis Oming, I love the commentary making the game popular. Thank you very much, and of course we appreciate you. We are giving this because you are here. We are seeing clean pool being played on this green bed. Who is going to join Odoke Walter? Yes, and of course the two are the tournament favorites, but of course by the rule of the game you can't have all of them in the final because this is already a semi-final. One is supposed to be dropped. It is a final being played before the final. Definitely. Yeah, Caesar is on the table, making sure that he capitalizes on this break, which is, I want to believe that he's going to take it as a green apple, making sure that he mount pressure on Ian, just that they can go on neck on neck. Is it going to produce for us a green apple? Just like in the first semi-final where it was apple after apple, and of course you can see the positions of the cue ball just makes it all. Caesar Chandiga up against only 4 red balls, and he's trying to play and can one, making sure that he plays just as simple as that. Caesar, the guy who inspires many, and of course making a simple roll of that ball just that he can have it perfectly placed, and that is lovely. That is lovely. Wow, you can really see the amazing part of it, and of course that is what he's trying to do. Caesar up against one, and of course having a simple roll of that black ball into the corresponding right corner pocket makes it 2-2. Caesar 2, Ian 2, moving net on net. It is apple after apple, and it is the final being played before the final. This is the second semi-final. Thank you very much, guys, and of course I want to thank those ones who are liking the streams, and we are way up to 30 people, and of course we are already on Friday. Yeah, up Eid Alpha T, and of course this is the Eid where meat is being served after meat. Yeah, meat is being served after meat, and of course you can befriend one who is your colleague, and of course you are going to be served with the meat. Yeah, I want to thank you very much for that. Yeah, Fiona Kati, and of course he said let me try and add you traffic. Yeah, definitely, thank you very much for giving us the support, and yeah, and we like that so much. Network admin, we want to thank you also very much for sharing the same streams, and of course it is me, Daniel, giving you the commentary right from Kidgum here. Yeah, one day, one time, I want to believe we can meet and share the same voice just like you are doing at the moment. Yeah, definitely looks like there was going to be a void break, and of course it is not a void break. Black is just at the jaw of the right, of the middle pocket. Network admin is sharing the same streams, and of course using the same commentary. Thank you very much. This is just the love of the game, and of course we are doing it to make sure that we promote the sports. We promote the talent. Kitgum is where all these talents is about and it is developed. Kitgum has produced very fine players, of course, into the national scenes. One of them being Caesar Chandiga, another one being Omara Moses, who is the twin brother of Ugenrod Samuel, who have just been beaten in a decider by Ian Kazibwe. And of course, another player who is upcoming and very talented is Roto Konya Joseph Dogo. He is called Dogo because he started playing when he was too young. Yeah. In fact, he started learning how to hold the cue balls right from here, and of course, he has grown. And right now, he's playing with the upper volta. Yeah, where he's going and he's having his pool being developed. I want to believe that he's getting skills, and at the same time, he's giving edge to senior players, just as young as he is. Caesar being Caesar, trying to go for this game, and he missed the pot to the right corner pocket, diagonal corner pocket, and inviting Ian back onto the table. Now, Ian has all his balls in space, and all of them have their pockets where he can play. Black is already into the jaw of the center pockets. Ian is in an attack mode. Ian is in attack mode, just like that. And of course, having that same ball, which is close to the center, put it into the same center pocket. And of course, you can see how Messi is just maneuvering and moving the cue balls, just as simple as he has always been doing it, making the sports lovely. And guys are loving it a lot here. This is top pool being played on the green board by senior players. These are all respected players. It is 2-2. It is 2-2. Lovely skills, lovely pot. With only 2 red balls on the green beds, and black is just almost into the center pockets. Ian is contemplating on how best he can maneuver and move the cue ball to have it positions where just that he can pot the only red remaining. He plays a lovely skill shots, and of course having the cue ball moving round, just that he can put this with another skill shots and have the cue ball positions, just that he can play that black ball into the left center pocket. Thank you for always following us. And of course, Ian up against one, right? Playing a skill shots, lovely skill shots. You can easily see that moving and using almost 3 cushions. Just a simple roll of that into the middle pocket makes him go up 3-2 in a race to 6. Ian, the Masaka finest player, the seed 1 of Masaka, is already having 3. Meanwhile, Caesar Chandiga, Africa number 1, the Uganda former seed 1, and of course the current seed 4. The ambassador of able in Uganda, Caesar Chandiga, is having 2. The guy who had started a lady with plus 18 in a race to 21 and also beat that same lady 21-19. Caesar Chandiga, the Scorpion, the king of money matches. He is already in Kidgum municipality. Tomorrow, which is today being Friday, we shall also be having games, Bulu versus Kidgum in a money match. It is the winner takes 700,000 tomorrow. If all goes well, we will be giving you live commentary and live pool. Also on Tongyang Media. At the same time, tomorrow in the evening, we are going to be having a 16-man squad at Menage Pool Club. I want to believe that Caesar as well is going to play. In a break, that Caesar potted the cue ball prematurely, and of course inviting Ian back onto the table. I want to believe that he's going to be contemplating and take this as a 1 visit clearing. Just that he should mount pressure on Caesar with the 4-2 loading, I want to believe. He's inspecting the table and making sure that he misses no any chance and puts the ball as he has always been putting it. Ian Kazibwe, the Masaka finest player, the guy who has always been giving Caesar edge into the final, the guy who just in 2 weeks ago played a decider with Caesar in a race to 4, and Caesar won that convincingly. Now he wants to disapprove and take Caesar down just from his home ground. Ian Kazibwe and pots just almost with mercy. This is luck in pool. This is total luck in pool. There are only 3 balls which are on the beds, and of course Ian is contemplating on how best he can clear the table, making sure that he mounts more pressure on Caesar in a race to 6, takes the lead. He plays a lovely skill shot, a lovely drawbacks, but misses and fails to pot. Now Caesar is back on the table. Caesar is back on the table. He inspects the table, making sure that he have at least a clearance, because all the Ian's balls are in spaces and all are potable at any time when he's invited back on the table. I want to believe that it is a skill shots being played there, which he does it perfectly, and that is a lovely doubles. And he's pushing it further and making sure that Ian's ball would have been dead, but that is still in space. The people's player plays and misses the shots, inviting Ian back on the table. Ian is on the table and of course checking. The positions of the keyboard is a bit very difficult and hard, but with his levels and his skills, and of course he plays so well, and he have it. Yeah, we are going to be talking to these fans here, just that we can have the background noise reduced. We are using a non-noise cancellations microphone, that is why you are hearing a lot of noise in the background, but very soon we are going to be acquiring at least one, just that we can have a noise cancellations microphone. Ian up against the black for the third time, for the fourth time, mounting pressure on Caesar in a race to 6, and Ian 4, Caesar 2. He's going to produce for us a big comeback, just that they can take it to a decider or he can win it. And of course, this is a final being played before a final. Ian is as well a very senior player, just like Caesar is. If Ian breaks and finishes this one here, it is going to be up on the hills, 5-2. But if he invites Caesar back on the table, and of course it will still be game on. Ian breaks and it's a dry break, and of course inviting Caesar on the table. Yeah, I want to believe that we are up to 43 people who are watching up this one here on this faithful Friday, which is ED Alpha T, and only 7 have just liked the streams. And of course, if we can keep liking, making the streams more popular, just that we can have a reach to very many people. Caesar nominates great, and I'm very sure one thing in his mind is clear the table. Make sure that you draw more closer to Ian, the Massacre finest, just that we can have the game on. Caesar, the people's player, the African king, the champions of money matches, the former seed 1 of Uganda, the guy who plays with Upper Volta. And just like that, a simple roll of that, red ball into the center pockets, having a natural movement of the white ball, and place that with the stand shots, just like that. Black into the corresponding right diagonal corner pocket, making sure that it is 4-3. With the 1 visit clearance, it is 4-3 in a race to 6. Caesar needs all the 3 frames, meanwhile Ian needs only 2, just that we can call it the last or the second semi-final. Let's wait and see who is going to be joining Dr. Walter into the final, where he's already sure of 100,000 for himself. Should any of the two, either Ian and Caesar, drops into the losers bracket, he is either sure of 50,000 or 25,000, or which I want to believe that is none of their business, and they do not want anything from that. These are all senior players, and of course they're playing top-notch pool. They are tight friends, they're real good friends, they have met over times, and of course they are here showing class on the green bed. The making pool looks very simple and very easy, and I want to believe that this is what the guys have come to do in Kidroom here, just that they can inspire very many persons. Caesar breaks. and pots. Of course, all the balls are split wells, and of course, you can take any. Relatively, the reds looks more juicy. Relatively, reds looks more juicy. And if we can make this as a break and finish, then we are going to see pool which is tight. Inspecting and checking how Bessie can move around the table, making sure that he clears this off. Caesar inspecting and checking the patterns on how Bessie can move with all these arounds here. Chance that he can break and clear, making sure that he mounts pressure back on Ian. The African king, the Heibol ambassador. Just a slide and simple rules of that. He wants to open up the pockets, which is in the center, right? Playing that off the yellow ball. And he was trying to play a canning shots into the only would be problem balls, but misses it out. I want to believe that once more he's going to try again. Fails to conduct. Now that is a lovely shot, lovely skill shots played by Caesar. But one thing I want to assume is that he is not very happy with the positions of the cue balls, and of course that is why he's trying to play Alice safety. Just like that, he was contemplating to make it a total snooker, but of course Ian Kazibwe is invited back on the table, and all his balls are almost perfectly placed, but only one problem ball, the one which is just to the left. The only would be problem balls is the only ball which is very close to Caesar's rate, and he wants to play and can that ball just like that, but he is snookered. He is snookered. Ian canned the ball very well, but right now he is snookered. He is inviting problems to himself. Should he invite Caesar back onto the table, this is going to be 4-4 at any time. Let's see, is he going to come out of this problem? Making a match shot. Plays a match shots and fails. That is 2 shots. Ian failed to finish, and of course inviting Caesar back on the table. Still, it is not a problem to Caesar Chandiga. Having a slice of this reds here into the bottom corner pocket will make him very close. Having a roll of that ball into the corner pocket, which is top left diagonal, and having a roll of that into the corresponding right diagonal corner pocket will give him the chance and the opportunity to make sure that he puts and take it to 4-4. Caesar up against one red, and black is portable into the center, either off the yellow or naturally. You can really see real pool being played here. We are way over 45. Thank you very much for always joining us and giving us the skills. And off the yellow, as if he was listening to me, it is already 4-4. Officially, it is raised to 2. Ladies and gentlemen, those ones who are watching us, and of course, we are giving you live commentary right from John Hart. Ian failed to finish, and of course, Caesar got the best of Ian. Now it is 4-4. Officially, it is raised to 2. What can be done from here? The person who is going to be thinking in the right way is going to finish up the frame and making sure that he gets it out. Either of the two, all of them are free. This is just the final being played before. Caesar Chandiga up against Ian, Masaka finest player. I want to give out a shout out to Top Notch Pool. I also want to give a shout out to Network Admin for always giving us live pool when being played in Kampala. And I also want to give a shout out to Peter Chobo, the guy who is always inspiring the young creators and making sure that they go live, and of course inspires the young generations. This is where we want to appreciate you so much for always inspiring us, making sure that the game is always live, and we are doing it here in Tipu Municipality. Yeah, Very sure one day we are going to have a dual commentary where me, Gita Chobe, top notch, network admin who all gather together and give you live commentary. This is Daniel giving the commentary right from Kitgum Municipality onto Young Media. Lovely. Ian's nominate yellow. I want to think that this table is still very hard to complete. But with the caliber of Ian, the guys who are always playing top pools, and definitely you can see how he's maneuvering the cue balls, getting it as if he's picking it and putting it with his hands. Guys are being inspired here in the arena. This is the home ground of Caesar. When he's in Kitgum, he plays in Zone Pub. Current champion of Kitgum Pool Associations, Zone Pub. They are going to be decorated on the 17th of this very month. Caesar, Omara Moses, Odon Kenneth, they are all team members of this very arena. They will be decorated on the 17th of this very month here by Kitgum Pool Associations. They failed to be decorated from Kampala with the national leagues, with the Upper Volta, where it is Caesar and Rotoponya Joseph's place, but they are going to be decorated right from Kitgum here. Ian is trying to go for the game. The only would-be problem ball is already up against. Playing that and canning the black with a big throwback. Just like as if he was listening to me and having the cue ball in space, just that he can't put these ones here. But getting white is going to be a bit of a problem because the weight is going to intercept the cue ball movement. He wants to go with only a +1 visit. Ian up against only one yellow ball with a big drawback. As if he was listening to me, and of course he has the white ball perfectly placed. A simple roll of that black into the diagonal corner pocket to the left makes him 5-4. Of course he's going to be up on the heel. Should he roll it perfectly and with a lot of accuracy, he will have it done. Just like that. Ian Kazibwe 5, Caesar 4. This is the final being played before the final. It is the second semi-final. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, and of course we are here in Kitgum Municipality. Tomorrow still we will be giving you live games where it is going to be played at the match. It is a 16-man squad, but the winner of this comp is going to walk away with the 200,000. Either Caesar or Ian, one is going to go into the bracket where they will be very sure of 100,000 shillings. It is lovely. The guy who is working the boys is called Dick Okello, and he is the umpire. Yeah, Becky is asking how much money, and of course the champion is going to walk away with the 200,000, and the runner-up is going to walk away with 100,000. This game has been organized very quickly, just that we can at least have Caesar welcomed into his home ground. This is where he plays pool when he is in Kitgum, and this is the arena where he plays in. Of course, he's being welcomed by Ian Kazibwe, the Masaka finals. That is why they came all the way from Kampala. Resting in Gulu, they played also from Gulu, where he was crowned the champion as well from Gulu, from Black Sports. Now he is here playing lovely scanning shots. Caesar up against 5 reds. He is thinking of how best he can maneuver and move. The champion is going to walk away with 200,000. The runner-up is going to walk away with 100,000. And of course, the third is going to go with 50,000. Meanwhile, the fourth is going to go with the 25,000. The rest will have handshakes and they go and rest. Then definitely they're going to meet tomorrow again for another comp, which is a mini comp organized at the Menage Pub. Caesar up against 4 reds. But all those ones who are watching us all the way, I want to tell you that we are way over 60 people watching these streams here. And of course, this same live streams is going live on network admin with the same commentary exact, just like you are listening to me at the moment. We want to thank you very much. This is the Inspirations. My name is Daniel, giving the commentary right from Kibu Municipality. Caesar with a lovely skill shots, and of course making sure that he gets the positions of the cue ball, and of course plays that. Yeah, Tap Shoots Media, good commentary. Thank you very much for loving it, and I want to believe that your comments give me the courage and then the energy to make sure that we keep giving you the best. Ladies and gentlemen, the guys are already in a decider. It is 5-5 officially. The guy who is going to finish up this one here will mount and keep pressure onto the guy who will be dropped definitely. It is a decider. Officially, it is race to 1. It is 5-5. It is race to 1. Whoever wins this moves into the money bracket of 100,000, sure of himself, and will be playing just that they can get the 200,000. Masaka Finest up against Africa number 1, the king of money matches, the guy who is the champion of long races, the guy who has given Aiden Edage, the Aiden Joseph, a lot of Edage, the guy who's always producing and plays full. Make it more simple. And you can't believe that this guy is playing at this level here. It is all takes time, requires patience and composure. It is a mind game at the same time. Can Ian break and finish and we call it a night, or breaks and invite Caesar on the table? Anything is possible. The two are cream. It is cream de la cream, a final before final. It is a fair splits of the ball, good positions of all the balls, and definitely one thing in Ian's mind is clear the table and don't invite the scorpion back. That is the only thing I want to believe that he's trying to be contemplating at the moment. Should he clear the table? That will be game down. Should he invite Caesar back on the table? That would be another thing. Yeah, John Bosco, Ian refused the 8 starts, and it is not a humiliation. Ian refused the 8 starts, and that is why it is already 5-5. I didn't mean that he accepted the 8 start, it was going to be a game down. So he refused the 8 start, said that he is a big bull in the crowd. They can move neck on neck. He is trying to nominate yellow, just like that, into the corresponding right center pockets, and he made it perfectly and counts all the yellows. All the balls are perfectly placed, and of course he's rolling it, making pool looks very simple, just like that. Thank you very much, guys. We are way over 63 who are watching these streams here, and of course, yeah, we can keep liking, and of course this game is taking less than an hour. This is just only 38 minutes. We are into another day. Happy Eid al-Fitr, the Eid where meat is served time and again. A simple stand shot, a simple roll of that ball into the corner pocket gives a natural movements of the cue ball. Caesar concedes the frame. It is Ian Kazibwe into the final and is going to be facing Odoki Walter. Thank you very much, guys. We meet in the final. Odoki Walter, the Rasta versus seed 1 of Masaka, Ian Kazibwe. Thank you very much. We meet in the final. My name is Daniel.